Well, I can tell you it has been a beautiful day out there, and it's still a very pleasant and calm evening, but get those light jackets out. We're talking about cooling temperatures, and clouds are starting to come back over, primarily over southeast Missouri. We're starting to look at that over parts of our Kentucky and Tennessee counties, and a few higher level clouds. We're talking about cirrus clouds. It's typically a sign of something to come. That is a change in the weather. So if you've been enjoying these dry conditions, I'm sorry, someone's been doing the rain dance a little too much, and we're just stuck in a very wet pattern. So a live look from Benton. We are watching people travel across. It's a pretty busy travel time out there, but luckily you're in calm and dry conditions. But we are going to be looking at some stargazing possibilities out there, so don't forget about checking out that moon tonight. Right now our temperatures right into those mid and upper 60s, so if you are going to send us a picture of that moon, you are going to be dealing with some very pleasant temperatures right now all across the area. But I mentioned that light jacket, wanting to be out. Eventually we will be dipping into the lower 40s. So tonight our threat checker bar staying low. Those clouds will continue to build in. Winds will be increasing as we go into our early morning Tuesday, where we become mostly cloudy. We will be slightly cooler than what we saw today. So those of you who saw temperatures into the 70s, well, we're talking about 50s for our daytime high. And that is ahead of our next system that we are going to be tracking. All eyes to our local rivers and our already saturated soils, as we are going to be tracking showers and the additional flood risk that we have already been tracking over the last few days. So as we go into our Tuesday, we are going to stay dry for the most part, mostly cloudy, waking up into those upper 30s to the north, down to the south, most of us seeing those 40s. We'll see some peaks of sun as we go through parts of the afternoon, heating us up at least likely into those mid 50s. But as we get into the later afternoon hours, think after the bus time, as you're getting out of school, we are going to be tracking some of those light showers into the evening hours. But get this, as we get into the early morning hours into Wednesday, here we go, 3 in the morning. Some of those heavier showers will be moving through parts of central Illinois, most of southeast Missouri, and places that really don't need the additional rainfall. We're talking about your rivers, especially along the Ohio River, that's already been seeing enough rainfall. But we are expecting showers to linger around at least until the late afternoon hours. Shouldn't be an additional 1 inch more than. But as we go into Wednesday evening, we dry things up. But don't forget, our soil is pretty saturated by this point, especially when we are tracking round 2 coming in as we go into very late Thursday. We're talking about a cold front pushing some gusty winds over 30 miles per hour at times and heavy rainfall. So we are going to be looking at some pretty heavy rainfall amounts with localized flooding possible. I mentioned that saturated soil. Things like field flooding is going to be possible. I've tracked the rain gauges, and we're looking at Franklin County into Jackson County, where the Big Muddy River is, and you're already at minor flood stages right now, especially even south of Cairo, Paducah. You're also sitting at those minor floods stages. But turn around, don't drown. Multiple rounds of heavy rain showers expected, expecting the Ohio River levels to continue to rise. And you can download that Storm Track 3 app to not only track our cool temperatures, but those chances of rain and when they enter our region, especially if we get any watches, warnings, or advisories. We are expecting some winds to come our way. So all things considered, we are looking pretty wet going for the first real week of March. And then our next chance of rain will be moving in right on time to end our weekend. We're back in that soggy pattern. But hey, we are going to be cooling things down, and sorry to say, Mark, we're not going to be really dealing with those 70s for quite a while.
I was just getting ready. I mean, I was starting to enjoy those 70-degree days.
Put the lawn ornaments back inside.